different stories, different lives, on another page of time. You can always read the signs in the faces, in every place and every land, every race and every clan. We can make it if we stand
I'm Brian Kelly, and wouldn't you know, I spent my life practicing about how to project to an audience, and the first chance I get, I'm projected out of the audience. But this really is great. There are about 1,800 telephone people here in Scranton, together for a people's celebration, the people of the Belle of Pennsylvania. And appropriately, we started on the musical note, Stand Together. We've been waiting a long time for this. We are very special people. Special telephone people making up a very special company. Now, the person next to you happens to be one of those special telephone people. I'd like you to stand and give that person a round of applause. Come on, let's stand here. Let's stand together. here we are for the first time under our new identity, standing together. Welcome to your opening night for what we all plan to be a most successful run. And it is great to be here in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area, and it's very appropriate too, because what we're saying here tonight is our future is bright, and our potential is as limitless as our imagination. There are signs everywhere in this area of the revitalization that this imagination can produce, and we can be proud of that, just as we can be proud of who we are and what we do. The spirit you need to succeed has been tested in this area more than in any other area of Pennsylvania. It's been tested by economic setbacks and national disasters, and in every single case, it's risen to the challenge and come back stronger than ever. Even floods can't dampen it, because we've never lost sight of what's important here. And what is important is people. People like you using your talent and energy to keep this area vital and strong. And now let me introduce you to another vital and strong group of people who will entertain us tonight. And I want to tell you something about this group by starting with something that Tom Bolger said. As the science of communication leaps ahead, somehow the art of communication stumbles. We trip on our own ignorance of fundamental relationships. The challenge of our time is to learn hard truths that govern our ability as humans to communicate effectively for mutual understanding, if not agreement. We then, you and I, master the instruments, the technology of communication. These young people are mastering the art of communication. Their message is pure and simple. People are what matter, and they deliver it with charm and love and uncomplicated joy. So let's welcome the Up With People to the Belle of Pennsylvania. Now let me tell you just a bit about this marvelous group. Up With People provides college-age students a unique learning experience. They travel across the United States and to foreign countries. They live in people's homes. They learn customs and languages. And in addition to the learning experience, their aim is to create mutual understanding throughout the world. I think that's a great idea. And now, how about us? Well, it's happened. The Great Bell System is in 8 smaller, but still very large pieces. Some have likened us now to Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. There were no earthquakes. The sun came up. There are still potholes on Route 347. Stroudsburg is still the gateway to the Poconos. Hazleton is still the highest city in Pennsylvania. Wilkes-Barre still keeps an eye on the Susquehanna every time it rains. And Andy Gavin's is still the best bar in town. But most important, the telephones kept ringing. In fact, however, our company has really changed. It will never be the same. And nothing sums it up better than to say, the future starts today.
Today, the future starts today. Person to person, that's how person to person. That's how it's gonna stay. Person to person. Tomorrow's on the line and the future starts today. When Alexander phoned for help and Watson took the call, their discovery surprised them both and changed history for us all. The story's still unfolding, so celebrate tonight. There's history to be written as fast as you can write. Person to person, that's how it's gonna stay. Person to person. Tomorrow's on the line and the future starts today. The future starts today. Today. The future starts today.
The promised land is Scranton and all around the state. You can feel the magic that teamwork can create. Time to show you new ideas, you know they mean so much. Still does people talking, it's still the human touch.
With cells and fiber optics to carry thoughts and sounds.
We can travel at the speed of light and never leave the ground.
The story's still unfolding,
Still
so
unfolding.
celebrate tonight.
Celebrate
There's history to be written as fast as you can write. Person to person, that's how it's gonna stay. Person to person. Tomorrow's on the line and the future starts today. Person to person, that's how it's gonna stay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Up With People. My name is Pascal Cooper, and I come from Nottingham, England. Up here on stage tonight, we have people from all over the world, from 16 different countries, places such as Sweden, and Canada. I'd like you to meet Dipsy from Norway, and Nissan from India. We even have people from the great state of Pennsylvania. We come from a lot of other places too. And now we'd like you to meet a video from Mexico.
Hola, my name is Ovidio and I'm from Mexico City. The music you're hearing now can only come from one place. That's my part of the world, which stretches from the Rio Grande to the Strait of the Rio de Janeiro. As we pass to the Jalisco State in Mexico, home of the mariachi music, let's watch them dance an old favorite. Señoras y señores, el son de la negra.
Almost everyone in Latin America and many other parts of the world will be able to sing along with this next song. It has been there since the very first Up With People show, and it never seems to grow old. Good night, I said to my little son, so tired out when the day was done. Then he said, as I tucked him in, tell me, Daddy, what color's God's skin? What color is God's skin? What color is God's skin? I said it's black, brown, it's yellow, it's red, it is white. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. He looked at me with those shining eyes. I knew I could tell no lies when he said, Daddy, why do the different races fight if we're the same in the good Lord's sight? What color is God's skin? What color is God's skin? I said it's black, brown, it's yellow, it's red, it is white. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. Son, that's part of our suffering past, but the whole human family is learning at last that the thing we missed on the road we trod is walking as the daughters and the sons of God. What color is God's skin? What color is God's skin? I said it's black, brown, it's yellow, it's red, it is white. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. Sing along with us. What color is God's skin? What color is God's skin? I said it's black, brown, it's yellow, it's red, it is white. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. Everyone's the same in the good Lord's sight. What color is God's skin?
Travel from country to country, it's obvious that dancing plays an important part in every culture. It's as old as time. Through history, there have been dances for every purpose and occasion. The rain dance, the sun dance, the war dance, and the harvest dance. And that 20th century phenomenon called the junior-senior prom. It takes place every year in tens of thousands of brightly decorated gymnasiums across North America. It's a fantastic sight to see. And in the 1950s, it was definitely at its peak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scranton High School Junior-Senior Prom, 1956.
darling, to the Tennessee waltz. What an old friend I happen to see. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me.
Because of you, there's a song in my heart. It's paradise because of you, my life is now worthwhile, and I can smile because of you. I could take you up in paradise above. You would tell me I'm the only one to love, like she is, sweetheart. Shaboom, shaboom, ya-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom, shaboom, ya-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom, shaboom, ya-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom. Little darling, little darling. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. It's going for the money, for the show. You to get ready now, don't let go, don't step on my moonshine shoe. You can do anything, lay off of my swing. As I was motivating over the hill, I saw Maybelline in a coupe de ville. Cadillac rolling down an open road. Nothing outruns my V8-4. Cadillac doing about 95. Bumper to bumper, rolling side to side. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? Just start back doing the things you used to do. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. But it never do nothing. Take your dog on home. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. Shake, rattle, roll. But it never do nothing. Take your dog on home. Shake, rattle, roll. Everybody sing. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night.
And now, from Peabody, Massachusetts, we'd like you to meet Beth Marie McGee.
Good love takes a while to grow. Friends like seasons seem to come and go. There's too little time to be unkind, so just keep it in the back of your mind. You don't know what you're missing if you turn away. Close the door and you might be the one left standing in the cold. Hold on to the key, 'cause sometimes you never know. Some will help you up, some will let you down. Never leave bridges burning as you're leaving town. Life's full of surprises, the road turns and bends. It may lead you back there again. You don't know what you're missing if you turn away. Close the door and you might be the one that's standing in the cold. Hold on to the key, 'cause sometimes you never know. Hold on to the key, 'cause sometimes you never know. You don't know what you're missing if you turn away. Close the door and you might be the one left standing in the cold. Hold on to the key. Hold on to the key. 'Cause sometimes you never, sometimes you never, sometimes you never know.
It's always fascinating as you travel to take in the scenery. But what really makes a place come alive are the people you meet. Most of our time in a town isn't spent doing our show, but in getting to know the people. In the city halls, the industries, the schools, and of course in the homes where we stay. People make places memorable, and that's something you can experience without ever leaving town. I've been lucky to see the world in a very special way, through the eyes of the folks I've met everywhere I stay. A city's just a city if you see the sights alone. There's magic in the city lights that shine in someone's home.
When I think of all the places that I've been, I see the faces of my friends.
I'm Gil Wetzel. I'm a Belle of Pennsylvanian, and I'm proud of it. I'm also pretty proud of this gang. How about it? This is just one of 5 Up With People troops that spend a year of their lives looking for the people. They see how businesses and industries work. They visit hospitals and nursing homes. They make children happy. Somehow I get the feeling they're making some people here tonight happy also. When they travel abroad, the program is performed in the language of that country. What better way to get their message through? Why do they do this? Many never sang or danced before. It's not a lark or a vacation. All of them pay for the privilege of being here. So why do they do it? They are exercising their right to participate in the world they live in, and they think they can make a difference. It's a big, big idea. The kind of an idea that is particularly attractive to these young people. And thank God they are attracted to it. They will go back to their personal lives and careers, and when they do, I suspect they will feel that participation is more than a right. It is an obligation. When what you're doing is important, you have an obligation to participate. Now you see how I finally worked my way to one of our favorite subjects. I am asking you to accept the obligation to participate in your company. You are important. You do make a difference. And in this first year, there will be more opportunities for you to make a difference than ever before or ever again. A new idea is only an impossibility before it is born. Who would believe the Cabbage Patch Doll? Or the transistor? Or how about the idea of 1,500 telephone people on one night enjoying a celebration just for them? Is that an idea? Are we going to be different? You better believe it. Maybe only one idea in 1,000 is worth keeping, but the sooner we get that 999 out of the way, the sooner we get to number 1,000, the winner. More than a century ago, the idea for a voice telegraph was ridiculed. A few companies considered the device and decided it was just a curious toy. But one company and a few people had an idea, a vision that ultimately changed the world by going for a bold idea, the idea of universal telephone service. That company became the largest corporation in the world. You know the company and the bold idea. It was ours. And people just like us made it happen. Bell Atlantic has a business plan too. By 1990, we plan to be a major force in communications across the United States. That means we'll be in many fields, in many locations in the country. We plan to be one of the preferred suppliers of information transport. These are very ambitious plans, but we know this company can do it. And long may the wavy A in its name stand. To reach that goal, all we have to do is go for it!
If you've got a dream nobody's seen, go for it all. When something new comes out of the blues, go for it all. Moment by moment, the time slips away. Don't let the days pass you by. Give it a try, go for it all. Nothing to lose. When you got a shot, go for it all. Nothing to lose. Oh, when you got a shot, go for it all. Go for it all. Nothing to lose. When you got a shot, go for it all. Nothing to lose. Oh, when you got a shot, go for it all. Go for it all. 'Cause when you got a shot, when you got a shot, when you got a shot, go for it all. Go for it all. Go for it, go for it, go for it all.
Alexander Graham Bell suggested that people answer the telephone by saying, "Hoi hoi." But despite his influence on his own invention, it's understandable why it just didn't stick. Every day, millions of telephone conversations begin with people saying, "Hello."
Well, we love to travel, and when we do, we meet all kinds of people, just like you. But all the world's people don't speak the same. It's a drag, but a snag that we overcame.
So we broke it all down to a musical treat.
So everybody come on, let's rock to the beat. What's happening? A B-game, K-Top.
Hey Jack, hey Slip, Kamo, Seba.
These are lines we've learned along the way that express the feeling that we want to convey. We're going to turn you on to some languages so you can see, you agree how easy it is. And I think the magic word to know is H-E-double-L-O. That's right, on your mark, set, let's go. Would you like to learn to speak a language?
Would you like to parlay food?
Would you like to know the people better?
Tell us what we gotta do.
You don't need a big vocabulary.
How can we get by?
It's important that you make the effort. Hello and always get your hi. Konnichiwa. Hey, hey, jumbo, hola. Ni hao. Aloha. Salut, hello, здравствуй. Ciao. Konnichiwa. Hey, hey, jumbo, hola. Ni hao. Aloha. Salut, hello, здравствуй. Ciao. They say music is a universal language, but we don't think it's so.
It doesn't help you say, where is El Baño?
Where you really have to go. Konnichiwa. Hey, hey, jumbo, hola. Ni hao. Aloha. Salut, hello, zdravstvуй. Ciao. Konnichiwa. Hey, hey, jumbo, hola. Ni hao. Aloha. Salut, hello, zdravstvуй. Ciao. Now, you picked up some words in this song. Just keep them in mind, and you can't go wrong. Some are hard, some are easy, but they're only 10. When you hear us say them, just say them again. And here's where your lesson begins. Up on the screen, the word hello has been translated in 10 different languages. Just repeat each word after me. In Japan, they'll understand konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Oh, come on, folks. We all know you can do much better than that. Now let's try it one more time. In Japan, they'll understand konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. And the word you need way up in Sweden is hey, hey. Hey, hey. In East Africa, the thing is really, you gotta know it, in Swahili, jumbo.
Children will grow up in the age of the computer, and that little thing called a silicon chip will play a big part in their lives. They'll see robots doing all sorts of things, doing police work, working in houses, cleaning houses. They may even see a robot like the one we want you to meet now. He had even bigger dreams. His name is Robbie.
Begin introduction. My name is Robbie. Model number IMOK-U2. Also known as IMOQ. I am an aberrated robot, a robot nut. The following information has been transcribed from my memory banks. Have requested musical composition as means of communication. Program control response. Affirmative. Addition. You are requested to remove yourselves. You are requested to enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. My name is Robbie. Model number IMOK-U2. Introduction completed. Program request to terminate introduction audio. Terminate introduction audio. Terminate introduction audio. Program request granted. Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm a robot. My name is Robbie. I used to work in a factory, hanging doors on cars that roll by.
transistors? Are they some real live wires? Well, it is time for us to go now, although we would prefer to reviews and continue. Please laugh. Oh well, there is an old saying we robots have. Though your parts may rust and your circuits may pound, keep your scanners up when your chips are down. Time to hit the road, transistors, so let's ignite.
You gotta turn 'em on. You heard the circuits when you sing your song. Woo, Robbie, you really go. Oh, Robbie, robot, and the transistors. Robbie, woo!
Hello, my name is Paula. We would now like to take you to a couple of countries that Up With People has had the opportunity to visit. First, we'll go to Poland, and then on to Yugoslavia.
century, in America, Belle of Pennsylvania was 21 years old. At that time, there was a folk dance called the cakewalk. Couples would compete to see who was best, and the prize was a cake. It became very popular and spread to Broadway, and even as far as Europe. In fact, it is considered to be the forerunner of show dancing as we know it today.
We've traveled to a lot of different places this evening. It's a fascinating world, especially to think of all the differences. One thing we do have in common, though, is the future. And as we face that future together, it could be that those differences will be our strengths, along with those endless human resources that flow like a river beneath the surface of the earth.
There's a spring back in the valley, in a grove of shady trees. Its source is deep within the mountains. It winds a course you cannot see. The sky, it's a dream that seems to go on living. It may run low but never dry. It's the power to keep going, the power to turn around. It's the power to keep growing, to see a light in the darkest night. Let the river flow. Like a spring back in the valley, the river never ceases
The river will carry us again. It's the power of the laughter, the power of our tears, a stream of understanding. It'll always run and help us overcome. Let the river
my wife and I were in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we were visiting a plant of a company that wants to sell us things. And you know, it's strange, all of a sudden, here in Bell Atlantic and Bell, Pennsylvania, a lot of folks want to sell us things. Like being the prettiest girl at the dance, or 100 pretty girls at a dance. We were there at the evening, we were at a restaurant, and the waiter came up to us, and he noticed somehow that I didn't sound like I was from North Carolina. And he said, "Where are you folks from?" And we told him, and he said, "You are the luckiest people in the world." He said, "You're from Pennsylvania." He said, "I'll tell you, I would give all the grits in the world for one Philadelphia cheesesteak or shoe fly pie or a pretzel or..." And my God, that evening we had grits, and I knew what he was talking about. He was truthfully one of the best waiters we ever had. And I said, "You're a young guy. Where did you get all this confidence?" And he said, "It's hard to be humble when you're from Pennsylvania." I knew I was coming here, and I said I'd quote him, and I did. There was a man a few years ago who said that the medium was the message. What he meant by that was that sometimes the act of doing things was as important as what it is that we did. And I think that tonight being here epitomizes exactly what that man had in mind. Because here we are, the most important thing that we're doing tonight is being together. We belong to one company, we belong to one heritage, and one destiny. On January 1st, 1984, we embarked on one of the greatest adventures in the annals of American business. We found ourselves, all of a sudden, no longer just the telephone company. We found ourselves positioned in the center of the fastest growing, most technologically advanced industry in the world. We found ourselves no longer Bell System, Bell Atlantic. And for just a second, we felt a bit of regret, and then all of a sudden we felt good. On that moment, on New Year's Eve, after I kissed my wife Ann and we celebrated the New Year's, I sat back for a second and I said to myself, free at last. My God, we're free at last. So we are, my friends. We're going to embark upon this great adventure in ways that perhaps have never been done before. On that first day, we will remember being more restricted that day than we will ever again, because we will petition the world to lift those restrictions that were upon us. Those restrictions that don't seem to be upon some of our competitors right now. I don't know if you know this, but we're just a small, humble, $18 billion corporation just beginning, a little over 3 weeks old. And there are other big companies out there like General Telephone and Electronics, and gee, they're a lot bigger than we are. They don't have any of these restrictions. They can do all this calling, and they can do anything they want. And I'll tell you, we're just sick and tired of the little guy being kicked around. One of the ways that we're going to avoid in the future seeing our ideas turn to chicken feathers and the muscles that we have, and by the way, we do have muscles. We're the biggest company in Pennsylvania. $18 billion is probably bigger than any other but 25 other companies in this country. To avoid seeing all of those muscles that we want to exercise just turn to rubber bands, we have a method. And the method is very simple. We are not going to avoid change. We're not going to court the status quo. We're going to revel in change. We are going to make change. We are going to define the industry that we're in. Because we have discovered one thing in just the 3 weeks that we've been here. If we don't define the industry, it's going to define us. And so we're going to be the change makers. We're going to be the leaders. Our company is going to acquire other companies. Our company is going to enter into new fields. And our company is going to be absolutely dedicated to success. But with one caveat. We will not lose our souls. We were the greatest industrial enterprise that ever existed. There will never again be a Bell System. And the people in this room, you and I, created that great industrial enterprise, and for a lot of reasons, we find that it no longer exists. And now here we are again, in this extraordinary evening when we are together. And I have a thought, and that thought is that we could very well right now be seeing the beginnings of another one of those great adventures. I think that it's possible we will create 8 new great companies, and unfortunately there always has to be number 1, and so I guess it will have to be Bell Atlantic. Now, if this sounds ambitious, I guess it is. If it sounds audacious, I guess it is. If it sounds confident, you bet it is, because we are now in charge of our own destiny. And we will take advantage of everything that we can in every reasonable and good way, because we did serve our customers better than anybody ever did. We served this country better than anybody ever did. And we did it in a sort of strange way. All of us are cut from the same cloth. We are one special thing. We're telephone people. And we found something out that is rather unique. We discovered that when we all do something together, something very extraordinary and special happens. For example, when you came in tonight, you were given a little flashlight at the door. Take it out for me, will you? But don't turn it on. Put the little clip by your hand, but please don't turn it on. Now here we are. We're a large number of friends, associates. We have the same careers. We have the same company. We have a few things in common, and one of them is that the future starts today. And at the moment, we find ourselves in the dark. We can't see where we are, and we can't see where we're going. Let me turn on my light. We still can't see very much here. One person can't do very much. And we're going to exercise that great wisdom that we developed together. We're going to see what it is when we all do something together, when we all turn on together. So when I say go, turn on your lights. Go. My friends, the future starts today.
Cells and fiber optics to carry thoughts and sounds.
We can travel at the speed of light and never leave the ground.
The story's still unfolding.
So
celebrate tonight.
Celebrate tonight.
To be written as fast as you can write. Person to person, that's how it's gonna stay. Person to person, tomorrow's on the line. Person to person, that's how it's gonna stay. Person to person, tomorrow's on the line. One more time. Person to person, the future starts today. Person to person, the future starts today. Person to person, the future starts today. If you just now on today. Well, it happened just this morning as I was walking down the street. A milkman and a postman and a policeman I did meet. There in every window and in every single door, I recognize people I never noticed before. Talk with people, you meet them wherever you go. Talk with people, they're the best kind of folks we know. If poor people were poor people, all people everywhere, they
Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience, and we're having a great time here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. But most importantly, your future starts today, and we're very proud of you taking part in that exciting celebration. So to all of you telephone people, from all of us, the very best of wishes. Now, tonight's celebration will continue with coffee and cookies right after the show. All you have to do is meet in the hall that you all started in before you came into the auditorium. Now it is time for us to go. But before we do, we'd like to sing 2 more choruses of our theme song, Up With People. But we're going to need a little bit of help this time. So everybody, get your hands going something like this.